Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers document that Will Spencer's Crew Morrow perfect life was assaulted by a woman who is obsessed with him. Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, has become the bane of his existence and has manipulated herself into becoming the mother of his child. However, that hasn't stopped Electra Forrester, Lania Grace, from loving him. Katie Logan, Heather Tom, and Bill Spencer's Dawn Diamond support of their son means the world to him. The Spencer family is united in their response to Luna's latest crime. Breaking all moral boundaries, Luna got Will drunk at his promotion party. Then she wore Electra's mask so that Morrow's highly inebriated character would believe she was her. However, the resulting pregnancy didn't result in Luna being shielded from prison. Luna is diabolical. She's a master manipulator, as proven by her con previously get her out of prison, and then Remy, alternative universe's governor. Will has repeatedly told his dad not to blame. The expectant father holds the mother of his child fully responsible for the predicament she forced him into. Viewers know that Remy Price, Christian Weissman, doesn't share the collective view of Luna. His most recent prison visit also established a return chat with the person who stands as his only perceived friend, Luna. Remy convinced himself that allowing Dake Sharp, Harrison Cohn, to introduce him at Forrester Creations would be good. Weissman's character assumed that Dake's goodwill, the passage of time, and the SC atmosphere would influence Electra. It didn't. Electra was outraged that Remy showed his face and believed that all would be forgiven. Her stance is protective and coupled to Will's situation, a factor Remy couldn't or didn't want to foresee. Dake's break means that Remy is on his own indefinitely. That gives Luna an opening she'll seek to exploit. While Yamada's character did warn Remy not to expect a breakthrough, she's primed to use the unstable outlook he's holding. Electra is a kind-hearted person who loves Will and hasn't wronged anyone. Her demeanor fueled the reason why she never anticipated that Remy was the person who created and distributed the deep fakes. Luna knows that Remy wants reconciliation with Electra. Viewers will see a prison guard show Luna a social media post of Will and Electra's new home. The remote location of Bill's beach house normally would be a good location for this couple to escape the drama they've been experiencing. But it feels like what should be Will and Electra's paradise spot may instead be a setting Luna targets through Remy. The waves outside the Malibu beach house might have been calm, but inside an emotional storm was building, one capable of ripping apart alliances, exposing secrets, and reshaping the fates of the Forresters, Spencers, and everyone orbiting their drama-fueled world. As Will Spencer returned to Los Angeles with a maturity that unnerved even Bill, his sudden decision to move into the beach house set off a chain reaction nobody saw coming, especially Electra, whose confidence faltered the moment she realized she no longer controlled the narrative around her. Meanwhile, Luna, sweet, soft-spoken, underestimated Luna, tightened her grip on Remy in ways that would make even Shayla flash a proud, wicked smile. This is the week where loyalties crack, obsessions deepen, and a single move threatens to reshape everything. Bill Spencer had expected attitude. He had expected some brooding, maybe some resentment. But he had not expected this Will, broad-shouldered, composed, calm, with a gaze so steady it screamed Spencer DNA. When he walked into Spencer Publications that morning, conversations froze. Even Wyatt called him Mini Stallion 2.0. But the one who reacted the strongest? Electra Forrester. She had heard Will was coming home. She'd assumed he'd stay with Bill or Katie, or maybe crash with Liam and the kids for a few days. What she did not expect was the news that Will was moving into the Malibu beach house, her sanctuary, her refuge, the one place she felt safely out of the family orbit. Suddenly she wasn't the brightest star in the room anymore. Will's presence unnerved her, not because he was intimidating, but because he was unaffected. He didn't fawn over her the way Zen did RJ, and half of Forrester's interns tended to. He didn't even glance at her twice when she ran into him in the design office earlier that morning. She had spent 20 minutes picking the perfect lip gloss and strutting through the halls like she owned the place, only for Will to glance up from his tablet and say, "Hey, Electra, right? Electra, right?" No flirtation, no awe, not even acknowledgement of her position in the Forrester ecosystem. The lack of attention felt like a slap. But what she didn't know was that Will had noticed her, too much, in fact. He'd read about her, watched interviews, seen the public fascination with her rise at Forrester. And as a Spencer, he saw something that unnerved him. She was hungry. Will wasn't naive. He'd spent the last few years in environments where people wanted something from him: connections, power, access. And Electra had that same look. The same edge. He wasn't going to be another pawn in her attempt to secure her spot at the top. And suddenly the beach house, his sanctuary, his choice, became ground zero for a silent war. By afternoon, Electra was spiraling so visibly that even Hope pulled her aside and asked if she needed herbal tea or a meditation app link. Electra brushed her off. She was used to being observed, envied, whispered about, adored. But she wasn't used to being dismissed. Will's nonchalance lit a spark in her she didn't want to name: insecurity. Suddenly she worried about everything. If Will moved into the beach house, would Bill start visiting more? Would Katie, would Finn and Steffi, who lived dangerously close, start dropping by? Would Luna, sweet, sneaky Luna, find excuses to be nearby? Electra had spent months cultivating an image of stability. Being near the beach house made her feel desirable, powerful, independent. Will's presence threatened all of it. But paranoia wasn't Electra's only problem. Because Will wasn't the only one shifting the dynamic in LNA, Luna had begun a strategy of her own. One that involved Remy and a level of manipulation she previously didn't know she was capable of. Remy stood in the Forrester parking lot, staring at Luna like she had transformed into a completely different person overnight. Gone was the timid, hesitant girl who apologized every time someone breathed wrong. Now she had an air of quiet confidence, but also something sharper, more dangerous. Her voice, usually soft, carried an unmistakable command. "Remy, you're going to help me, and you're not going to question it." Remy swallowed hard. Luna was but threatening him, not directly. She didn't need to, because there was something else between them now in guilt. Ever since she saved him from that downward spiral months ago, he'd been devoted to her. Loyal to the point of foolishness. He'd sworn he would do anything for her. Now Luna was cashing in on that promise. She wanted intel. But not about Forrester. Not about the fashion world. She wanted intel on Electra. Everything Electra did. Everywhere she went. Anyone she met with. Remy hesitated. "Luna, why her? What's going on?" Luna didn't answer immediately. She simply looked at him with eyes full of something powerful and unsettling, determination laced with fear. "Because Electra is the reason everything fell apart. Because she wants what isn't hers. And because I won't let her destroy my life again." Remy nodded, throat tight. He'd follow her into a fire. And Luna was planning one. That evening, Will arrived at the beach house with a few bags, a laptop, and a calm sense of ownership. This wasn't a temporary stay. This was a home base. But as he unlocked the door, he heard voices. 2 women arguing on the deck: Electra and Steffi. Perfect. Electra's voice was sharp, brittle, almost panicked. "I don't understand why he needs to be here, Steffi. There were a dozen other places. He chose this one. Why?" Steffi rolled her eyes. "Electra, relax. Will isn't thinking about you. He's a kid. A kid." Electra snapped. "Look at him. He's practically a young Bill." "Steffi, exactly why you should stay away." "Electra, you think I'm after him?" Steffi raised a brow. "Aren't you usually after whoever's convenient?" Electra gasped. Will stepped inside loudly to make his presence known, then walked through to the deck. The second they saw him, the conversation died. Electra straightened. Steffi smirked. Will said calmly, "Don't stop on my account." Electra flushed, embarrassed. Steffi actually laughed under her breath. It was a moment that shifted everything. Electra realized she had already lost control of the beach house dynamic. Will had overheard enough to understand her motives weren't pure. And Steffi, she had just decided that Will Spencer living next door was going to be very, very interesting. The next day, Luna enacted the second phase of her plan. She sent Remy straight into Electra's orbit. Remy approached Electra in the Forrester hallway with a casual, friendly smile, claiming he wanted to apologize for their tension months earlier. Electra, desperate for validation, softened immediately. She welcomed the attention, thinking she had regained her charm. Big mistake, because every fake conversation, every harmless compliment, every seemingly innocent question was being relayed directly back to Luna. And Luna used every piece of information to position herself as the moral center, an innocent caught in Electra's chaotic gravitational pull. Finn noticed it first. Luna, is everything okay? You seem different. Luna offered him a disarming smile. Just trying to stay ahead of people's intentions. Finn frowned. That wasn't like her. At all. But Luna wasn't thinking about Finn. She wasn't thinking about her mother, or RJ, or anyone else who usually defined her storyline. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our BOLD and BU2FUL UPDATE YouTube channel for more update news.